residential sales comparison and income approaches. Help. Documents. Email instructor. CH1 valuation principles and procedures of the sales comparison approach. PG1 course introduction. Notes print. Leave a comment. Course introduction. Welcome to residential sales comparison and income approaches. This is one of the qualifying education courses that are required for the licensed residential appraiser or certified residential appraiser credentials. This course follows the outline created by the Appraiser Qualifications Board, AQB, of the Appraisal Foundation. We encourage our customers to visit the FAQ section for further information regarding your educational experience. They have complete step-by-step tutorials that we've designed with you in mind. Please note, upon completion of the final exam, you will need to advance to the survey page and complete the survey. Once that is done, the course will be marked as complete in our system, and credit may be issued. HP12C Calculator. Sections of this course include financial and other complex calculations. The course teaches the keystrokes for these calculations using the HP12C Financial Calculator. We recommend you obtain and use an HP12C Financial Calculator to gain the greatest benefit from the course. The HP12C calculator retails new for about $75, but can usually be found discounted for substantially less. You can usually find one on eBay or other auction sites. In addition, you can find HP12C emulators for the computer or cell phone, some available for as little as $15. The HP12C is one of the few calculators that is permitted to be used when taking the National Appraiser examinations. Alpha-programmable calculators, tablets, and smartphones are not permitted to be used by exam takers. Course description. With a focus on two of the primary approaches used to value real property, this course reviews the income property principles that affect the appraisal of residential properties. Interactive problems and case studies help illustrate the key concepts in practical ways. In addition, this course sets a foundation for more advanced general appraiser classes by touching on the principles of income capitalization. Following the course material is a mandatory 3-hour proctored exam that must be taken in a monitored setting. An HP12C calculator is also required for certain portions of this course. Course learning objectives. Upon completion of the course, the participants will be able to summarize various economic principles, relate data requirements for the sales comparison approach, explain the applicability of the sales comparison approach, explain the sales comparison formula, relate the steps in the sales comparison approach, describe the characteristics of a market area, summarize the procedures for collecting sales data, relate the characteristics of general data and cite data sources, relate the characteristics of specific data and cite data sources, describe how to gather and organize sales data, summarize comparative analysis, relate the difference between quantitative and qualitative analysis, illustrate how to calculate percentage changes, summarize the procedure for processing the sales comparison approach, distinguish among various kinds of partial interests, summarize other legal types of ownership such as condominiums and PUDs, explain pertinent financing terms, summarize various types of mortgages, distinguish between conventional and non-conventional loans, summarize the primary participants in the secondary mortgage market, illustrate examples of conditions of sale that may require adjustment, express examples of short-term and long-term trends, recognize how to extract percentage adjustments by sale and resale of the same property, summarize how to make adjustments for market conditions, define and differentiate among neighborhood, district, and market area, recognize market factors that may influence value, describe market area boundaries, recognize site factors that may influence value, assess style style and quality of construction. Describe various kinds of lives. Describe various kinds of ages. Demonstrate depreciation calculations. Describe types of depreciation. Prepare the sales comparison approach in the URAR form. Relate how to apply net adjustments to arrive at adjusted sale prices of the comparable sales. Describe how to research and report prior sales of the subject property and comparable sales. Relate common items in report exhibits and addenda. Recognize pertinent economic principles that pertain to the income capitalization approach. Explain how these economic principles are involved in motivating an investor to purchase. Explain the relationship among investment types with regard to return on and return of investment and the liquidity of those investments. Summarize various definitions of value. Analyze basic functions of the HP12C calculator. Recognize with RPN logic and chain calculations. Outline percentage functions. Outline calendar functions. Recognize the 6 functions of a dollar. Explain the concepts of compounding and discounting. Calculate the future value of $1 using the HP12C. Calculate the future value of $1 per period using the HP12C. Calculate a sinking fund factor using the HP12C. Calculate the present value of $1 using the HP12C. Calculate the present value of $1 per period using the HP12C. Calculate the amount to amortize $1 using the HP12C. Calculate the 6 functions of a dollar using the HP12C. Calculate mortgage payments using the shift keys to convert to monthly payment functions. Calculate the original term, mortgage amount, or interest rate of a loan. Recognize various types of income. Summarize what types of residential income properties may be appraised by licensed and certified appraisers. Calculate a reciprocal. Calculate a gross rent multiplier. Calculate a gross income multiplier. Summarize the strengths and weaknesses of the GRM approach. Demonstrate how to calculate the mean, median, and mode of a series of GRMs. Summarize the single-family comparable rent schedule form. Explain how to estimate net operating income. Explain the calculation of an operating income. Assess the operating income statement, Fannie Mae Form 216. Prepare the sales comparison approach section of the 1025 form. Prepare the income approach section of the 1025 form. Relate the differences between the 1004 and 1025 appraisal forms. Define and summarize the reconciliation process. Describe the reconciliation process at the end of the sales comparison approach. End of page.